Hey, and welcome to another episode of Smoky Ribs. Going to be doing a pizza series over the next 3 to 4 weeks. And today, man, we're going to do a pizza that is one of my favorites. Actually, it's one of my favorite sandwiches. It's a Philly. Start over. Hey, and welcome to another episode of Smoky Ribs. This week, we're going to be doing a Philly cheesesteak pizza. This is going to be the first of a series over the next 3 to 4 weeks. And this pizza is actually going to be using a crust that is used over in Naples and Italy on the Hey, and welcome to
Okay.
Hey, and welcome to another episode of Smoky Ribs. Today I'm going to be doing a Philly cheesesteak pizza. That is going to be the first pizza of a series. Going to be doing this series probably 3 to 4 weeks. We'll see. But anyway, stay tuned. We're getting ready to get going with this. We got a lot to cover today. Got some new toys to show you, and going to be a blast. Might be a long video, so please hang in there with me. Let's get started. This Napoli, I can't even pronounce that, but what it is, it's a very fine flour, and this is exactly what they use over in Naples, Italy. And we're going to get, I've never made it, going to do it for the first time today. I'll give you my honest opinion, and I hope it turns out good. But one thing I have learned is that if you want to duplicate a good crust, you know, that turns out good over and over and over again, instead of going by measurements, you go by the weight. So I purchased this Cuisinart digital scale here. It will weigh in the standard or metric, and if you notice, I've got a bowl sitting on it. It's zeroed out. It allows for the weight of the bowl. So what we're getting ready to do is add 500 grams of flour and begin this dough. 2. That's 500 exactly. 500 grams. All right. There we are, 10 grams. Okay, it's zeroed out again. As you can see, another container. I need 3 grams of yeast. Ooh, hit it right on the nail head. That's 3 exactly. All right. All right, now I'm going to warm up some purified water. I'm not going to use it out of the tap today with the chlorine and such as that. I want this crust to turn out really good. So we're going to use this cheap Sam's Choice purified water. This will give this pizza dough 65% hydration. And we're going to fill our cup up. Oh, I'm very close. Oh, I'm right on it. That's 325. Okay. There's the water. Alright, so we're getting ready to mix this up. To the flour, we're going to add the salt. Now we're going to add the yeast. And then the water. This will be enough dough to make 3 pizzas out of. Just going to mix this up, form us a dough ball. Okay, I'm going to knead this for quite a while. It actually requires about 20 minutes of kneading. And I tell you the truth, my next purchase is going to be a KitchenAid. I will make this a lot easier. This dough is designed to be, unlike the ones I've done in the past, it's designed to be on the sticky side. We're going to knead this, then we're going to let it rise for about 1.5 hours to 2 hours. Then we're going to make 3 individual dough balls. Another thing you might have to do is flour your hands, because this is on the real sticky side. In order to knead it properly, you're going to have your hands floured somewhat. Okay, there's our dough. It's at 65% hydration, which means it's on the sticky side. We're going to cover this, put it in a warm place, let it rise for 2 hours. Hour and a half to 2 hours. Alright, for our Philly cheesesteak pizza, I have a ribeye here, and it was frozen in my freezer. I started thawing it out. It's still very firm, as you can see. But that gives me an opportunity, while it's in the firm state, to cut this really thin for the pizza. So I'm just going to go through here and cut me thin slices all the way down. You can discard the fat. Okay, our dough has been proofing for around, let's see, it's 4 o'clock, about an hour and 37 minutes. Boy, is that stuff sticky. Look at that. Tell you what, we're going to turn this out onto this floured surface. Just like that. Now we got to separate it into 3 sections. Be right back. Okay, after separating the dough into 275 gram pieces, 3 separate pieces, I formed them into a ball and I placed them on individual paper plates or styrofoam plates, covered them with plastic wrap. They will sit here for 1 hour. Then we can make our pizza doughs and begin making the pizza. Alright, while the dough is proofing over there, the final stage of the dough, we're going to go ahead and cut up some red onions. Just some thin slices here. I'm going to be making 3 pizzas. 2 will be identical. One of them will be without onions and bell pepper. And any of you that follows my channel knows why, because I have the onion hater, bell pepper hater in the house. So anyway, we're just going to separate these in thin slices. Actually, we're going to cut these in half here, like that. Alright, that should be plenty of onion. Now we're going to take and cut our bell pepper into thin strips as well. I don't want to bore you with all this, but also once I get to the bell pepper, we're going to take, these are baby portobellos, and we're going to cut these into slices. Now you want to take a hot skillet, drizzle a little olive oil. It's about a tablespoon, I guess, somewhere in there. We're going to go ahead and saute the bell pepper, onion, and mushroom. We're going to go ahead and saute this for a few minutes, get it on its way before we add the steak. But before we do that, we're going to season it. A little bit of salt. A little bit more salt. We're going to add some cracked black pepper. And we're going to add a little bit of garlic powder. Just stir this all in and saute until tender. Alright, the peppers, onions, mushrooms are getting tender. We're going to go ahead and throw in this steak meat that we sliced earlier. And like anything else, you have to add seasoning, more seasoning, once you add another ingredient like meat. So we're going to go in with a little bit more black pepper. We'll go in with a little bit more salt. A little bit more garlic powder. Alright, we're going to stir this in. We're going to cook it probably 2 to 3 minutes. This is steak. We don't want to overcook it because it's also going to cook on the pizza stone out there, which will finish it off. We're just going to give it a head start. This steak is still a little bit pink in the middle. I've only been cooking it probably about a minute and a half. We're going to let it go at this. We're going to cut the heat off. We're going to set it off to the side. We'll top our pizza with that a little later. Over here, for the onion hater, I have a little bit of mushroom and a little bit of meat in there for just one pizza for him. So we're going to do the same thing here and set it off and get ready for pizza making time. Alright, this is provolone cheese. Got it out of the deli section. We're going to go ahead and grate up enough of cheese here to what I think will cover 3 of these pizzas. These pizzas should be somewhere around 10-inch pizzas, if I had to guess. We'll see. Alright, I took the same flour that we used on the pizza dough and put some on top of this cutting board here. Getting ready to drop our first pizza dough on top of this. Yeah, it's still sticky. Wow, look at that. Okay. All we're going to do from here, on this floured surface, try to get some on there to where it ain't quite as sticky. And we're going to form this into a pizza dough. Oh, this has got a lot of elasticity to it. Oh man, look at that. This is the best one yet for that, as far as that goes. I don't know if you can see what I'm doing, but I'm taking my hands here. Oh yeah, look at that. That is easier to work with than any dough that I've had yet, as far as the elasticity of it. Yeah, I like that. That feels more like you would expect. The other ones that I've done, it feels like, even though they're good, it feels like they would rip them apart if you just kept going. This is holding together really good, and it's getting paper thin. Look at that. Just twirl it around. I'm going to shoot for about a 10-inch pizza dough here if I can. Alright, the first thing we're going to do is take a dough docker, and we're going to pierce some holes in this dough to prevent big bubbles from popping up. Next, you want to take this crema mexicana. You want to apply a real thin coat on the dough. This stuff is really like a sour cream, but it's made with a lot higher fat content, and it does not curdle and break down under heat, not like sour cream would. And this is one of the elements that you will detect inside of a Philly cheesesteak pizza and wonder what that is. This is what you're tasting. Just a thin coat. Alright, now we're going to add provolone cheese. I bought it in a big block, 1 pound block, and had it shredded. Well, I shredded it actually, and we're just going to put one layer of that down. Now we're going to add some toppings. Alright, I'm going to take the meat, peppers, and onions that I sauteed earlier, and mushrooms, and we're just going to apply a liberal coat across this pizza. Just like that. Ooh, I already smell it. It's going to be some kind of good. Alright, I've got a good healthy dose of toppings on there. Now we're going to go back with a little bit more of this provolone cheese. Not as thick as we did on the bottom, just a light coating on top. And I would say that's good. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and put these other two pizzas together on two of the wooden pills that I have. And the kettle grill is getting heated up right now. We'll meet you back there when these pizzas are ready to go in. Alright, we're good and loose. Alright, I just took a bite of this. Oh my god. That's some good stuff. That is almost identical to a national chain that makes the Philly cheesesteak pizza, but only better. This crust is to die for. This is some really good stuff. Never had it before because you normally can't find this in America. You got to make it yourself. Give this one a try, people. Smoke your ribs. Till next time.